Most men believe that to make a woman miss you, you have to chase harder, text more, buy her gifts, or constantly remind her of your presence. But here's the controversial truth. None of that works. In fact, the more you chase, the less she values you. Women don't miss the man who is always available. They miss the man who understands psychology, who knows how to create a gap in her mind that only he can fill. Think about it. Why is it that the guy she barely notices at first suddenly becomes the one she can't stop thinking about later? Why do some men get ignored no matter what they do, while others, without trying so hard, end up being the ones she runs back to? The difference lies in how they trigger her emotions, not her logic. This video isn't about cheap tricks or fake confidence. It's about using female psychology to flip the script. So even if she isn't interested right now, she finds herself wondering about you, replaying conversations in her head, and craving your presence when you're not around. By the end, you'll understand exactly how to make her miss you. 1. Disappear strategically. One of the biggest mistakes men make is being too available, constantly texting her, always picking up her calls right away, or rearranging your entire schedule just to see her. At first, it might seem like dedication, but in her mind, it sends a very different message. You're predictable, and she doesn't need to earn your presence. When a woman feels she has unlimited access to you, she starts to take you for granted. This is where disappearing strategically comes in. It doesn't mean ghosting her or cutting her off completely. It means creating just enough space for her to actually notice your absence. Human psychology works in a very simple way. We value what feels scarce and question what suddenly feels distant. If you're always in her face, she won't feel the need to think about you. But when you step back, her curiosity kicks in. She begins to wonder what you're doing, who you're with, and why you're not chasing. Imagine this. You and a woman text back and forth daily. She's gotten used to you replying instantly. One day, instead of responding right away, you wait a few hours. You stay busy, live your life, and let her sit with the silence. That small shift plants a seed in her mind. Suddenly, she's the one checking her phone more often, wondering if you've lost interest. That thought alone makes her miss the attention she once took for granted. Strategic absence flips the dynamic. Instead of you chasing her presence, she starts craving yours. 2. Trigger nostalgia. If you want a woman to miss you, don't just rely on being around. Make sure you leave behind something worth remembering. Human beings are wired to replay powerful emotions in their minds. When you create moments that stand out, she won't just think about you in the present, she'll crave the feeling you gave her when you're gone. That's the psychology of nostalgia. It's not about you directly, it's about how she felt around you. The key is subtlety. Don't remind her constantly with forced messages like, "Remember when we did this?" Instead, let the memory live inside her. Women miss men when they can't stop replaying those unique moments in their minds. A certain song, a phrase, or even a small inside joke can instantly trigger her to think of you without you lifting a finger. For example, let's say you take her out for ice cream one evening, and in the middle of it, you say something playful that makes her laugh until her stomach hurts. That moment becomes tied to you. Weeks later, she passes by the same ice cream shop or hears someone say that phrase, and instantly the memory of you comes rushing back. She feels that spark again, even in your absence. That's nostalgia doing the work for you. When you build memories that stand out, you no longer have to force her to think of you. Her own mind becomes your strongest ally. And once she starts associating you with those unforgettable feelings, missing you isn't optional, it's automatic. 3. Stay unpredictable. One of the fastest ways to make a woman lose interest is by being predictable. When she can already guess what you'll say, how you'll respond, and exactly what you'll do next, there's no mystery left. And without mystery, There's no spark. Think about it. When something becomes routine, we stop paying attention to it. The same happens in relationships. If you're always available at the same time, always texting the same way, always saying yes to everything, she'll quickly feel like she's figured you out completely. And when she thinks she has you all mapped out, there's nothing left for her to chase. Staying unpredictable doesn't mean playing childish games or acting distant for no reason. It's about keeping her on her toes just enough to make her curious. Curiosity is powerful. When she can't fully predict you, her mind stays engaged. She starts wondering, what is he thinking? What's he going to do next? That wondering is the exact state where missing you becomes inevitable. The men women miss the most are the ones who don't hand over all of themselves at once. They reveal pieces slowly, they switch things up, and they keep a little part of their world to themselves. That unpredictability makes every interaction feel fresh, even after months of knowing each other. When you stop being predictable, you shift the dynamic. Instead of her getting comfortable and taking you for granted, she stays intrigued. And when you're not around, her mind doesn't rest. It keeps turning, keeps questioning, and keeps missing you. 4. Build a life she wants to be part of. Here's where a lot of men get it wrong. They make a woman the center of their world. Everything revolves around her, their time, their energy, even their happiness. And then they wonder why she doesn't value them. The truth is, no woman misses a man who has nothing going on for himself. If your life looks empty without her in it, she won't feel the urge to fight for a place in it. You need to wake up and realize that attraction isn't built on desperation, it's built on value. Women are drawn to men who have purpose, who are building something bigger than just chasing relationships. A man with goals, passions, and a sense of direction creates a natural pull. She doesn't just see a guy, she sees a lifestyle worth joining. Too many men waste time trying to prove their worth directly to a woman, instead of building a life that makes her want to be included. If you're constantly available, constantly scrolling, constantly doing nothing significant, what exactly is she supposed to miss? Here's the reality. When you're busy creating, achieving, and enjoying your life, she feels it. She starts to see you as rare, someone whose attention has value. And when she realizes she doesn't have your time on demand, she starts craving it. So stop centering your life around women. Build yourself first. When your world is full and exciting, she won't just miss you, she'll fear being left out of it. 5. Control emotional highs and lows. Most men think the way to make a woman miss them is to keep everything smooth, safe, and drama-free. They avoid any tension, they avoid saying no, and they try to keep her constantly happy. But here's the problem. Emotions don't work like that. If everything feels flat and predictable, she won't feel any real attachment. And if she doesn't feel anything deeply, she won't miss you when you're gone. You need to understand that attraction lives in emotional contrast. The highs feel higher when there are occasional lows. The excitement feels stronger because it isn't constant. A woman becomes hooked not on a perfect, steady stream of attention, but on the roller coaster of emotions she feels with a man who knows when to give, when to pull back, and when to challenge her. Now, this doesn't mean being toxic or manipulative. It means standing your ground, speaking your mind, and not being afraid of disagreement. It means showing her that your world doesn't revolve around pleasing her every second. When she feels that balance of joy, tension, excitement, and desire, that's when she starts to emotionally invest. Here's the part most men need to wake up to. If you're always trying to play it safe, you're forgettable. She won't remember the man who always folded to keep the peace. She remembers the one who made her feel alive. And when you're not there, that's the energy she misses the most. At the end of the day, most men spend their entire lives trying to figure out how to please women, and that's exactly why women don't end up missing them. Here's the controversial truth. The man who refuses to make a woman his priority is the man she ends up chasing the hardest. That flips everything you've probably been told. You've been taught to invest, to prove yourself, to constantly show effort. But women don't miss effort. They miss presence. They miss energy. They miss the man who can stand on his own and doesn't need them to survive. That's the reality most men refuse to accept. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your experiences in the comments. Times when you tried too hard and it backfired, or moments when pulling back made her chase you instead. I'll be going through the comments personally, and I'll reach out. I want to connect with you guys because your stories matter. And remember this, everything we've covered today is just the surface of female psychology.